Well, hi everyone. I imagine you're watching this video because Rosh Hashana is on the way and you might be curious about what this holiday is all about. So, welcome. So, here are some images about Rosh Hashana. As you know, there are many Jewish holidays that punctuate the year. Some of those holidays come from the Torah itself, some of those holidays come from being a part of Jewish history, and some of those holidays come because the Israel is now a Jewish modern state that has been reestablished. Our first holiday of the year is Rosh Hashanah. So, what's this holiday all about? Well, it's about one year ending and another year beginning. It's about giving blessings of sweetness for this new year. It's a moment of reflection and judgment. Have I been the kind of person I hope to be? How can I become a better me? What are some traditions that normally occur on this holiday? What are the main customs? Well, there's a custom of blowing the shofar, which is kind of like an alarm clock of the heart, 100 blasts each day of Rosh Hashanah. There's a custom that on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, or anytime after the first day of Rosh Hashanah, we do something called tashlich, which is we go to a body of water and we take breadcrumbs and throw them into the water, symbolically saying, those breadcrumbs are like our things we have done wrong. As we watch them be washed away or eaten by fish, we hope that our things that we've done wrong kind of magically float away. The sweetness of honey gets placed in a lot of our foods. So we've got honey cake, apples and honey, anything to express the optimism that our next year is going to be just as sweet or even sweeter than our year that passed. There's 2 days of a lot of praying. So if you go to synagogue, you're going to see synagogue services that are longer than usual. And a lot of our practices are kind of like Shabbat, where we don't manipulate nature in any way. However, interestingly, carrying and cooking is allowed on this day. What's the need that this holiday is trying to fulfill? Well, it's kind of asking, am I accountable? I am saying I am accountable for my time. Saying time that is unmarked is actually meaningless. And it's kind of a moment to say how I have acted this past year has an effect on the quality of life of my life in the year to come. As a TVT parent, what are some things you need to know? Well, you need to know that Rosh Hashanah begins when our sun goes down in the evening, and we've got 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. The second day of Rosh Hashanah ends when there are 3 stars in the sky. And at school, the next day, when we come to school, the next day is usually a minor fast day called the Fast of Gedalia, which is a sun up to sundown fast day, not like Yom Kippur, shorter than that. And it's also a day that we realize that people have not spent those days um, doing much homework or test prep because they've been busy kind of being involved in the needs of the holiday. And so it's a day where we don't have tests, where we don't have homework being collected. Around school, around Rosh Hashanah time, you'll see the sorry booth set up where your kids can be encouraged to write sorry notes to other friends, to teachers, to you guys, and we'll send it to you and we'll deliver them before the holiday of Yom Kippur. Also, we have often the ceremony of Tashlich happens in different divisions of our school as well. At home, what kind of at home connections and activities can you do? Well, reflections and goal settings are always a positive. Maybe having kids write a letter to self that you as parents put away and give back to your kids next year right around this time. You can make sure that you have a sweet, sweet meal with symbolic stuff. And of course, what kid doesn't like the sweetness of candy? Sorry note writings, and if you bring them to school, we'll make sure that they get delivered. We'll also put them in the mail if we get the address of who they're for. Also, buying a family shofar is an amazing thing. It's always fun to try to blow a shofar to see who can blow the most notes or the longest tekiah gedola, right? That's always a lot of fun. Some bigger questions you might want to ask around your Rosh Hashanah table. What relationships need fixing, and what are the steps I need to take to fix them? A new year's an opportunity to be a new me, but that takes work and that takes will. Are my words just lip service, or am I really ready to do this? Have I made the days of the past year count? What small baby steps can I do to live more intentionally, more responsibly, and more gratefully? And to be able to ask for forgiveness takes humility. To have the courage to forgive those who desperately want a second chance in my life is an act of kindness and vulnerability. Do I have the strength for this? And of course, parents, when kids see you digging deep and leaning in intentionally to the holiday, they will find it meaningful as well. And of course, some symbols of this holiday, we often say Shana Tova, Shana Tova Tikatevu. We have the Book of Life, which is a symbol. We've got the shofar, we've got the balance scales, we've got apples and honey, we've got the sari booth, we've got notes to send to people for have a good and sweet new year. Obviously, a lot of these same ideas and images and metaphors are going to be in your Yom Kippur holiday ritual and thinking as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope that your Shana to come is a Shana Tova Umituka, a sweet and healthy one. And I hope some of the things you've learned today will help you connect with your child as he or she comes home from TVT, and will help create a meaningful holiday for your parents, for your family.